One of the best things about my city that everybody seems to enjoy is the monorail. And to keep that going down the other part of the city tables, I gotta build more stations. And that's what this is. Stay tuned and check out my latest. Hello Lego friends, Matt from Brooks Bricks here today with a video taking a look at my latest monorail station mock build. As you may know from my latest city update, I am now moving down the other side of my tables in my Lego room, building out my city a little bit more towards that side, and continuing the monorail, of course. And with that in mind, I wanted to build another monorail station to start linking things up along that side. And let's go ahead and take a look and see what we've got. Very cool. I've built this over the course of a couple live streams, which if you, again, are not aware, I am live streaming weekly, Tuesday evening, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And then I'm doing a weekend morning chill and chat style sort of build. And I will schedule these in advance so folks can join me. That's fantastic. Usually around 9 a.m. either Saturday or Sunday morning, again, Eastern Time. But anyway, I finished it off a little bit more, and I consider this kind of done at this point with where I wanted to go with it. I'm pretty happy, and wanted to go ahead and do a review video on it. Blah, blah, blah. So let's go ahead and take a look at all the features. So starting in the area below, the first thing you notice, this is a tiny space. This is a total of 7 as you can see on this road plate. And I didn't want to build anything behind because the idea is that there's going to be a solid wall of building behind this. So this had to come off as a very narrow, but for me detailed structure with everything that I wanted in here that I try to do with my monorail stations. So I started first with a newsstand, and there's a lot of stuff that's packed into this, and it's going to be a little tough for me to get in here. But of course the main focus is we've got a bunch of different newspapers kind of hanging out here, and I tried to stagger the look and feel of the papers that are hanging out, so it looks like we get a couple of racks of papers where there's different levels of them and a couple of other ones. I had this wanted tile, but I thought it'd be kind of fun to use that as like a paper or something like that, as like a big headline. And then overhead, in addition to this nice sticker sign I've got here, a bunch of like magazines or flyers or things like that kind of hanging overhead that people can also buy as well. There is the proprietor of the stand. Just inside you've got a little cabinet with a couple of drawers, stacks of like more magazines there, and just inside, if I can get this in, see if I can focus. It's focusing the wrong direction. There we go. Just inside there's a cash register. And then I tend to use one of those little coffee cafe sort of kiosks in all of my monorail stations. No room for that here, but I wanted to kind of emulate the spirit of that, which happens to be a nice coffee maker. So I went ahead and built a replica of that here, a couple of cups of coffee. So you can buy some coffee at the newsstand. I also built out this nice vending machine. This is modeled after the vending machine from the Daily Bugle. I don't have anything in here because I didn't have the right panel piece to use on the back side of it, so it's actually filled in by a couple bricks, so things won't quite fit in there the same way, but I think it's kind of the essence of it. I had a couple stickers from stuff that Dave at Brick Addict had sent me, link in the description below, and I popped them on here just for a little bit more realism. You can see there's a gentleman buying a drink. There's your trash can, because of course you gotta have something for refuse at the station. Over on the other side of the pillar here, we got a little ATM for some cash money. Just a little overhead kind of roof there, and just a money tile to indicate that's what it is. And then this is the ticket kiosk for the monorail system. It's a little different in terms of look and feel compared to how the other ones and the other stations. I didn't have any other stickers that match at the moment, but I felt like this conveyed the idea. And I like how it looks, so I went ahead and did that. Plus I used this little overhead piece for kind of a canopy and privacy. And it fits pretty snugly right inside this little space that would have been otherwise practically unusable. And I'll get a little surprise. There's a rat just hanging out. So that is the base level or ground level. Let's go ahead and take a look upstairs at the actual station. Alright, so this was kind of the first part I built out, the stairway here, trying to figure out what I was going to do in terms of length and all this. And it's not that long compared to my other stations, but you can see you got a nice stairway going up here and over to a very, admittedly, very, very thin, narrow waiting area for the trains. But we did put a couple of benches in here that people can sit on. I like the look and feel of this. These grilled pieces here kind of give it kind of a station look. I was going to put chairs in here instead of these benches, but I think it just would have really made it far too close. So the bench idea worked out really well. So I want to give a little shout out to Brick Sergeant in the live streams for that. Thank you for that, Brick Sergeant. Got a couple of folks here coming up to wait for a train. So there is kind of the warning line there. The couple of yellows built in. It's like, hey, stay back of this line. And then up above, we got a basic roof canopy here that goes over, from this perspective here, it does go over the train line. The train is not that high, so this should fit over it just fine. I kept this one pretty basic, but the highlight of this, got a couple of lights here, got a little sign, indicate this is a monorail station. And I'll turn this around so you can see the highlight of this. Just kind of a nice little, a skylight sort of thing. Just to let some natural light in through the top, because I didn't want to just have this completely flat and nothing. And I feel like this kind of gives that a little bit of nice texture. And I like how it came out, and then looking at it from below, I think it looks pretty cool. So I'm pretty happy with that. And then let me just give you another perspective again from the other side on how this looks. Again, all of this is going to be shielded by a wall, a building on the other side here. So you're not going to really see into this or anything, or see through it, other than seeing a building against it. But I think that this came out, for what I was doing, honestly, pretty darn good. The little newsstand building here actually does provide additional support for the end point of the elevated platform, so that worked out really good. And all in all, I got what I wanted out of this. And I can go ahead and put this in the city, link it up, and start moving down the line and putting more things in. So yeah, that is the next monorail station in the line. Pretty happy with that. So I built these in a couple of live streams, and I do want to thank folks for their participation in that. And I think it came out a little better than I probably would have done on my own, because of the ideas and voting and suggestions from people as I was doing things. So thank you again to all those folks that contributed ideas. But for now, I want to say thank you to all the folks that are watching, particularly my subscribers. Thank you for your support as always. I really appreciate it. If you haven't, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell for lots more videos from me. Share the video, leave a comment or thought below, all that good stuff. I really, really appreciate it. And until next time, thanks so much for watching Brooks Bricks. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.